Hey guys, welcome back. Bolt Spider here, and today we're with another how to deck build video, and let's see what we roll, and gonna give it a good roll, and let's hope we get something that is pretty good. We have Paleozoic. Paleozoic is an interesting deck. I can definitely say that for sure, because it is all just based around Paleo. It's all just based around trap cards, and it is actually very easy to build nowadays since we have the resources and many other cards that there are. Now, of course, let's start off always like I do, put 3 of every extra deck monster in. I know those are going to be going away, but sorry. Let's get right into it. So, all I know is the main ones you have Picala or Picala? No. Picaya. Yes, Picaya. Then we're gonna need other things like Olenoides, Dynamiscus, this could be useful. I definitely know we need Marilla and Canadia. But I'm just going to put 3 of each in just for the time being. Because we're going to be mixing it with, guess what? Frogs. Frogs are the best. Triple swap, double Rowan Totem, triple dupe. This is the most center active frog core that you can get, along with triple totally awesome. Now for the extra deck, we're just going to need to drop those down, and let's just put one of the Cranber Raster in the side deck real quick. Now, going through the Paleozoic spells and the trap cards, I mean, we're definitely going to need 3 of this. We don't need any of those. So 3 of Olenoides, the triple Dynamiscus, the triple Marilla, and believe it or not, 2 of this, but we can put the 3rd one in the side. After that, we're gonna need generic trap cards. So we have access to the Solemn Brigade, and I don't know how many of each I want to run, so that works for me, 3 and 3, but we can also do Solemn Warning if we wanted to, as that is another option of a Solemn. Since they're all at 3, and that's amazing. Next we have Imperial Order. This is one of the most broken trap cards right now. And we can also run things like Goes and Match. One attribute, because most decks are running multiples, we could also tech in a rival of the Warlords, but that's for one type, and that does shut off from a few other things. After that, we're going to need stuff like Lost Wind. Lost Wind is a great recursive negation, and it is very good. For our back row removal, we have Heavy Storm Duster, because it always fits in theme. And finally, we're going to put Trap Trick in, as Trap Trick is a great trap card for this deck. Now, we do have 2 slots left, but I'm going to leave those there for now. For the extra deck, we can do things that are actually pretty nice. So we have access to things like Area, the Water Charmer Gentle. We also can use Master Boy, or Mr. Boy. So those are 2 options we can do, along with the Link monster that we have. I know definitely we're going to get the Access Code Talker going, and we can do things like Cat Shark, because this allows us to attack directly. And also we can do something like a Downward Magician along with a Zeus. Double Zeus, because we are more primarily on the XYZs and XZs, and we can definitely use that. So the other Link monsters, I definitely think we're going to use our Area, and Is this once you can set one card in your spell and top card zone? And if you do, this could cycle out ones that we have multiples of. I think we're gonna run one of it. And in my opinion, Gozen can just go, as we could use other things with that. Next, we're gonna need the nightmares, being Phoenix and Unicorn. Unicorn, yes. We're gonna cut a Zeus for extra space. Now, we can do other cards like the Phantom Knight. We could do the rank 2 of Cursed Javelin. It targets a face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. Change its attack to 0. Also, its effects are negated. This is a quick effect if this card has the Phantom Knight card as material. But we're just going to use it for the utility for negation and reducing the attack. Then we could just attack in, summon out our Zeus. And that means we really don't need Downer because most of the time we're just going to have 2 material Zeuses. And I think that's where 2 Zeus would be better. Now, after that, let's just get a few other cards filled in. One thing that we don't want to forget about is our better draw spell, which is Reckless Greed. Because most of the time we're going to be sending stuff from the deck to the graveyard, setting it with Trap Trick, and all of the above. Now, we only have 2 spaces left, and I want to run a hand trap, but I know you don't really need to. Now, Canadia is a Book of Moon, and I feel like 3 of it would be better. Then finally, let's see what else we have to deal with, because there's just so much that you could do. And what we can put in is something maybe what else do we put in? That's a very good question. I think we're just gonna put in this is actually very good. I guess we're just gonna go and put in the triple Gozen back. And this is a deck that's based on what your opponent does. So this board we could just set 3 and pass. But that also punishes us to Lightning Storm, but that happens. And they try to do something, we're gonna go and we can activate the Marilla, chain the Gozen match. And this allows us to send something like a Paleo to the graveyard. And we're just going to send like a Canadia. And we're going to go end phase. And our turn. Sadly, we didn't get a Swap Frog, but we can normal summon these and go out for a Toad. And then battle phase, we could just swing in. And to get our lovely Paleo from the graveyard, for a little extra damage, we could get that. So overall, this deck is just more reactions on what your opponent does, and is it the optimal build? Most likely not, as there's cards that you could definitely run over it. Over a few cards that I've chosen, like Gozen Match. And I feel like Gozen Match is one of those reactive traps that can help in the long run. Like, we could go Trap Trick, and we get to chain out our Canadia. And this gets summoned. Then Trap Trick, we're just going to get to our Reckless Greed because we don't have any opponent. Then after that, we just draw, use our Toad's effect, because Toad is not once per turn. And it is a negation. Then we could just use Swap Frog, chain Reckless Greed, because that's always nice to have. And we draw into more Paleos. And I guess we're just going to send another Swap Frog to the grave. Finally, let's just round this out by going into our big boy. Then we're going to use the Rowan Totem's effect, banishing the Dupe Frog, because those are the ones that you usually want to get rid of. Bouncing back our Swap Frog, We're not going to use that. And we could just normal out the swap frog again, sending something like a Rowan Totem. After that, let's get to that second of our friends. And I believe we can go Rowan Totem one more time, banishing the Dupe Frog. Summoning out the Dupe Frog. Or Rowan Totem. Now what can we summon? We can summon a Charmer, but we're not going to, and I'm just going to round this out now. We're just going to attack into everything with everything, and that's most of the time game once you have control of the board, and we could just set all these and pass if your opponent still is alive. But this has been how to deck build Paleozoic. It is really standard on how the deck is built. You want to max out on a lot of trap cards, have a lot of powerful floodgate trap cards as well. You can also run things like anti-spell if you want, because anti-spell is actually anti-spell. Fragrance is a wonderful card that you can run because it works with the deck since we don't have any spell cards. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button and comment down below what you want to see in the future. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. See you guys in the next video.